Hi, I'm Geneviève Fily-Paré. I'm a speech-language pathologist and co-founder of Centre Mosaïque de Québec.
And I'm Kristy Findlay. I'm also a speech-language pathologist and the other co-founder of the Centre Mosaïque de Québec. It's pretty exciting. We started just the two of us, and gradually we've added on different team members to complete our team, which we're hoping to continue to grow as the years progress. Something that's interesting about our partnership in the business is that very naturally we gravitated towards our strengths. So Jen is really good on the day-to-day and following up on things, getting those little elements done. And on my side, it's been more the development and finding new partnerships and a little bit more on the networking side of things. We started with the English-speaking population because we knew that public services are typically in French, especially within the Quebec City area and the regions. And we took a trip with no clients on the book in that region, and we set up some meetings. And it was through Yes, actually, that we were able to set up those meetings because they were able to give us the connections on those. And we sat in our Airbnb on those nights going, okay, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do this? And we went and we pitched what our idea was, and we developed those relationships and connections. And now, right now, that is one of the regions that we go to a week a month, and we support families from Gaspé all the way down to the New Brunswick border, because we had that connection and we fostered those relationships.
You know, when we're connected to why we care about other human beings, you know, the work just flows naturally. It's never, you need much less coffee when you remember why you care about your work.
Yeah, I agree. Something that we're doing right now is, because our 5-year business plan is 5 years old, we're rewriting our business plan, but what we decided to do was send out a questionnaire to our team members and say, what do you want in the next 5 years? What makes you tick? What makes you come to work? What can we do more of?
Our work approach, not only as an SLP, but also with our business, has been, I would say that cultural sensitivity has been one of our big preoccupations from the beginning, because we're specialized in multilingualism and bilingualism, which implies people from other cultures necessarily. So not only in working with individuals, but also as a business who builds partnerships, we have to make sure that we are taking different point of view and that we are putting ourselves in their shoes as much as we can to try to understand where they come from.
You know, speaking specifically to where we had our steepest learning curve, and that was building our relationships with the First Nations communities. We were lucky that we have established relationships with communities that were very generous in teaching us how to be culturally sensitive as we support their young children and their families within the community. And by giving to the community and by anchoring and establishing ourselves, I think that made us known, and people began to trust us a little bit more. In terms of maybe a word of wisdom that I would give as you're starting a new business is the idea that we don't inhabit in a vacuum. So the minute that you start a business, you are needing to connect with other people to make the viability of your business, be it your potential customers or your clients, the families you support, or the people who are going to help you build your business as it is. And that idea that it's that global view, I think it's really important when we think about our business, is that we have to collaborate, we have to build alliances so that we can continue to see what the needs are in the community, and we can go a little bit further.
But really, I mean, the work of love you do and consistently showing up for that is going to pay down the road in different ways. You might not know how it's going to pay later, but it is definitely going to bear fruits.